And welcome back, everyone, to the Zanpakuto Creation Series. We're back, baby. And from Shadows82, we have What is the Zanpakuto of Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Seto Kaiba is a fun one. Not even interesting, it's just a fun one. First of all, if you just change up his design a little bit, he could pass for a 13 Court Guard Squad member, which I find hilarious because that means, when you hear the captains, referred to in Bleach, it's always like Captain Yamamoto, Captain Kuchiki, Captain Zaraki. It's always their last name. Well, this would be Captain Kaiba. So I just find that funny. But what is the Zanpakuto of Kaiba? Kaiba's a fun one because it's a pretty clear direction you go, because we actually would start here with the spirit of the Zanpakuto, which, let's not mince words, it's his Blue Eyes White Dragon. That is the spirit of his Zanpakuto. Now, I do think, while it is not released, it takes the form of Kisara from his past, because she was the holder of the spirit of the Blue Eyes back in the ancient times. So I think that's the form it takes when it's sealed. Blue Eyes is the form it takes when it's in Shikai. And then Blue Eyes, there you are. Blue Eyes Ultimate, right here, Ultimate, is what the form it takes when it's in its Bankai. So I think that's more or less where you go from there. Now, that all being said, however, I haven't even explained what the Zanpakuto I think actually does. So the Zanpakuto would be still a standard katana, that's obvious. It's kind of a Keto type, but it's kind of an elemental type. It's a little bit of mixed. Its release would be Show Your Dominance, Blue Eyes White Dragon! Or, in this case, Show Your Dominance, Omoku Shiro is white. Aroko Shiro Ryu. God, I didn't even try to pronounce that before. I just wrote it down. Omoko Shiro Ryu. Omoko Shiro Ryu! Show Your Dominance, Omoko Shiro Ryu! And so the sword would grow a little bigger. It'd probably grow the length like a Kodachi, but more importantly, it would have a dragon head guard, like the Blue Eyes head wrapped around Kaiba's arm, hand. And even going further down, he has the Blue Eyes good thing to keep the Blue Eyes up, actually, for a minute. He's got the two Blue Eyes wings that go off either side of his elbow, basically acting almost like a shield. But he's still got perfect range of motion, all that. So he's got this very elaborate, very cool-looking sword. Maybe the blade itself has grown a little wider, looks kind of like a dragon fang, or it's just a bit more jagged. Whatever. The point is, that's what it generally looks like. But what this sword does, I base it off of the White Lightning. Now, it's not truly an electric-type Zanpakuto like Gondo Ryumaru is. I look at it more like when he explained when him and his opponent are kind of duking up. Kaiba unleashes an attack my attack is called White Lightning. My Zanpakuto charges ions from the atmosphere along a Ryatsu into the blade. So long as I don't attack, then your blade keeps charging. That would be the basic ability. It's charging ions in the atmosphere into the blade and more or less producing an electric-like attack. Now, it's not. It's closer more to a ki blast than a electric blast, but still, it's producing a very similar blast to that. The longer it's charging, the more powerful the blast. Kaiba can also just fire off rapid fire blasts of it to be shorter because it's always charging up. But the longer he's not firing an attack with the blade, the more powerful the attack would be that he uses. This does carry one little risk, though. Is that I think one of the after side effects of the blade is that it does glow while it's charging, and it gets more and more powerful as it's charging, and the glow gets brighter and brighter. Which means even though Kaiba could charge it indefinitely, the brightness would eventually blind even him, so he does have to release his power after a while. Now, granted, he probably, in lore, would learn to fight with his eyes closed, and therefore would be able to fight for even longer if he had to. But beyond that, the Bankai, or Amoku Kyokutun Ryu. Yeah, Amaku Kyokuntun Ryu. It's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon! And so, we instead of having Blue Eyes, we have Blue Eyes Ultimate there. And so, the Zanpakuto would most likely not break, but separate. The dragon head would disappear. The wings disappear. And in its wake, Kaiba more or less has these 3 ethereal dragon heads, blue eyes, white dragon heads, over, hovering over his body. And in fact, what it is just a giant ionized energy, blue eyes ultimate dragon is what it is. And it has solid form, and it can still attack indefinitely. Kaiba can also even wear it like an armor if he needs to, and basically wrap himself in this energy. There's a lot of versatility you can do with this. It also still charges immense amount of attack, continually charging ion energy and Ryatsu at a much greater speed. And if he needs to go for broke, he can basically just do a final attack with the Bankai, wasting all of the energy of the dragon's form into one final giant shot of the dragon's head. And so that would be the Bankai's full potential. Well, not full potential. I mean, he could use the wings, for example, which would probably still be there, similar to like Yorimaru, as a shield, or as maybe even like a blade. Initial concept was more like it was like a dragon's wing, similar to what you see the devices that Yoruichi uses to help Ichigo against Byakuya, but in the shape of a blue eyes wing. But I chose more to go this route. But the wings could still come in, act as defense or offense. It'd still be an exceptionally powerful Zanpakuto. However, it would not be infallible. I say ion, it's kind of like a mix of ion and electricity. Ions are part of electricity to a certain degree. Or at least they are a part of electricity. Ions, muons, all that kind of stuff. Well, not muons. Muons are a non-existent fictional thing. But the point is, anything that theoretically acts as an insulator could work against the Zanpakuto. Anything that has energy absorption capabilities would be detrimental to the Zanpakuto. Anything that could absorb energy would be a significant problem. Ukitake, for example, has a perfect counter for this with Sogyo no Kotowari. He's got a perfect counter to that. In fact, Kaiba, I'm sure if they were in the same court guard squad, Kaiba would hate having to go up against him if he had to. But I mean, other than that, there's no real clear-cut weakness. It's just the same weaknesses you hear over and over again. Greater Ryatsu, just a more powerful ability, things along those lines, just pure power, overwhelming it. Those kind of abilities. Regardless, though, let me know what you think in the comments below about Seto Kaiba's Zanpakuto. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Thanks. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.